Hello guys, it is the rest day in Vaikonze, but in today's video, we have a big accomplishment. I'm the number 3 ranked Blitz player in the world. I have a rating of 3202, my peak Blitz rating on chess.com. Um, the rest day, I've just been playing Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be analyzing 3 of my games for my recent Blitz match against Daniel Naroditsky, a prominent YouTuber and streamer that I'm sure you guys know, and I've chosen 2 insane games where I defended from absolutely lost positions, showing some really instructive defensive resources. And then in the third game, I'm going to be showing a game where I sacrificed my queen only for a rook. And absolutely won a beautiful game, type of tactics that you've never seen before. So stick around for the whole video, super instructive games, and let's get right into it. So we're going to start out with, as I mentioned, a game where I sacrificed a queen with some super cool combinations. So 4, g6, he wants to go for the King's Indian, knight c3, bishop g7. I wasn't in the mood to go for a regular King's Indian with d4, so I went just g3, bishop, knight out of 6, bishop g2, castles. I'm just developing my pieces. Um, I want to start at the critical moment, some tactics. You don't want to take here because of bishop g5, and I'm attacking to like a I'm going to win this bishop, and then once I win the bishop, dark source maybe super weak. I move bishop here, I defend my pawn. He takes my pawn. I attack the rook. Rook moves back to e5, and here I started calculating some wooden shields, some triple juicers. Okay, I'm getting a FaceTime call. Um, anyway, so here I calculate. It's a very interesting line. So I think obviously I want to go knight b5. Um, I want to put pressure on this pawn. He isn't so well developed, so I go knight b5. And I think, okay, obviously he takes the bishop, and then I take the pawn. Double attack the this, and then let's say the queen moves to d8. Very logical. Then I take. And then I thought, okay, the knight will go to c6. But then I thought, okay, well maybe obviously the threat is bishop g4 to take the knight, but then I thought, okay, I'll go c5. And bishop g4, then I can play queen takes d6. Queen takes 8, I play knight d4. I thought I just play c6. Pawn takes, knight e2, king h1, knight c1, c7. Made some sense to me, but I wasn't completely sure. I could just be wrong and be stupid. But I thought, okay, this is fine. Anyways, the line that I saw was knight b5, rook takes, knight a6, queen d8, knight a6, knight a6, c5, d5, b6, and then obviously you can play bishop g4. And here I can still play queen d2 because if he takes, then I play queen takes g5. But instead I thought, okay, let me just play on e6, bishop takes d1, c takes b7. Let's say bishop g4, c6, bishop e7, just c7, take. I threaten rook c8, so the queen has to go back. Then I go rook e1. And then I'm threatening rook e7, I'm threatening rook c8, rook e8. So I saw all this and I was like, okay, let's just go for it. Why not? Very instructive. So knight b5 takes there. c5, as I said, d5, b5, bishop g4. And obviously a boring chess player would just play queen d2 like, a normal person. But I was like, okay, who cares? I'm sacking my queen. I want to push these pawns to pound town. Um, c7, I take, and now I'm threatening to play rook c8. Obviously because the bishop takes that queen, so you have to block. But then I go f4. Obviously you can't go here because of check, so the rook is forced here. Now I go rook e1, threatening to go check, and then check. If the king goes here, I go up. He goes a5, trying to give a check, try to activate some counterplay. I give a check, and I make a queen. I block, and I'm completely winning. I'm up 2 pieces, a bishop and a knight, only for 1 pawn, and he's getting mated, so I just defend, consolidate, and trade the queens, and the game's over. So this was a super interesting game. Obviously, I didn't need to sack the queen, but I saw in a couple of moves in advance, and I was quite eager to do it. I really like this. So the next 2 games were absolutely defensive masterpieces. This is just insane. So he plays e4, c6, d4, knight f3, d5, and this is the second time I'm doing this video. The mic was broken. I play the Carol Khan. Some of you might know this opening, so I played. Plays good weird system, bishop e5, I go queen a5, knight c3, bishop e7, castles a6, bishop c6, bishop c6, knight e5, e6, he plays queen h5, queen comes back to c7. I don't know, it's a bit weird. I thought I'm just going to develop the tempo, bishop f4, knight f6, queen f3, bishop b6. Now I'm going to finish my development, bishop g3, castles, rook e1, rook c8, rook e3, b5. He's trying to attack. I didn't really believe in this attack. He plays bishop h4, I play knight e4, takes, queen f6. And this move queen f6 is just completely insane. I completely missed it, and I was honestly panicking um, because it's just an insane move. Next is rook g3, and it looks like I'm just getting mated. And of course, Danya finds his move, so I thought, okay, I just have to defend my g7 pawn. So I go Rook e8, play bishop f8. He goes bishop g5. Um, I thought I had a nice trick if like knight g3, I play queen takes g3. Oh my. Oh no, there's knight h6 check. I just realized, wow. Yeah, so he has to play knight g4. Obviously, you're threatening like knight h6. But if I take, then he has check. And if here, he gives a check. I don't even understand this position. Wait, if takes here, what even is the engine saying? This is insane. Knight h6, and let's say here. Oh, and now queen f7. And you're threatening mate. Yeah, that's just insane. He went for the more reasonable approach. Um, I played g6, bishop g7. Obviously, my dark scores are quite weak. Bishop f6, I trade, bring the queen over. Um, queen I go f6. He should have played queen knight g4. Obviously, if I take back, he goes here. If I go h5, he gives a check. Probably have to go for something like this. Just down a pawn, but maybe I can try and defend. He goes back, I go bishop d5, c3, and now I blunder with f6. Of course, I should just go king g7, slowly play, but I went f6. He takes this. And after takes, queen h6, I'm just screwed. If I try to defend, he goes queen h7, checkmate. So I realize, okay, I have a minute time advantage, but I have to be quick, so I just give up my queen. I start trying to be active. I take this pawn. Now I have a pass pawn. I have counterplay. It's very important to try and just get one small piece of counterplay because you can never know. So he's pushing his pawn, I'm pushing my pawn, and now we have a position. Suddenly, I only have this, but in here, this is actually a good lesson. If you were in a classical game and you wanted to be super prophylactic, what move would you play? Pause the video, try to figure out the super like high level genius move would play g3 to stop f4. And if I don't get f4, this pawn is never going to run. And then okay, you can bring the king all the way over. Then you can kick the bishop. You can win the pawn. And you slowly win. But after king h2, f4, I'm getting the pawn to e3, and then I'm getting the pawn to e2. And with two passed pawns defected by bishop, things could get a little bit frisky. So king g1, e3 takes g4, king e8, check. I want to see if he goes here. I want to make him think a bit, give him some checks, a little push and pull action. Playing game of chicken, seeing if he'll give in. King g2, king f7, king f3, e2, king g6. Okay, maybe I'll run the king. Why not? He's got low time. It's difficult to play. I go king f6, king g6. Now I realize, wait, I can go bishop b3, bishop b1. I can cut off the queen, and then I have two pawns pushing. Because if this king is trying to attack me, and this queen is all alone, and I put the bishop here, the queen can't stop both pawns. If the bishop is cutting off the rank, g5, bishop b1, and now you've got 10 seconds. The momentum shifting. I'm at the queen. I give a check, and when the queen, the game's over. So this was absolutely really, really great defensive effort. I was super, super happy to defend this game. I just messed up the thing. Um, Yes, that okay. This was a super important defensive effort. Okay. And it just shows how you have to keep defending, keep defending, keep defending, and eventually your opponent will give you a chance. So let's go to the next game. This was the same opening, actually, as this game. It's the same opening, as you can see. But in this game, instead of castles, he played bishop d2. Um, and after bishop d2, I played rook c8. Obviously, knight takes b5, queen takes b5, knight c7. If I play a move like e6, you just take. And if it takes, you have check. So I play here, he goes a4. And here I had to find this insane move, queen to d8, which you didn't consider. And after knight takes d5, knight takes d4. If you take, and let's say take, I take back. And I'm even material. But of course, I didn't see this move, so I thought, okay, let me just go e6, but I just lose a pawn. I'm just down a pawn. I'm trying to survive, trying to put some pressure on the clock. I'm still down on the time, but I'm playing. Knight h7, queen like, it just looks such terrible. All his pieces are coming. He's attacking him down a pawn. I'm so passive. But I stay alive. I go rook c5, trying to attack. I get f5 takes. Okay, now I'm sort of getting mated, but I'm trying to survive. He goes rook f3, queen e7, queen e4, threatening rook takes f8, so I have to go king g8. Because if, let's say I just play e5, he just plays this, and it's just checkmate. So I go king g8. Obviously, if he takes, I can try to go like this and run. So he goes queen g4, I go back. Here I go rook e5, again, trying to defend, trying to put my pieces. Finally, I get my bishop to f6. I'm sort of stable. Obviously, he should just take this pawn, but after e5, like knight f5, I was hoping for maybe like queen d8 and some tricks, or maybe queen e6. Some tricks. As long as the point is in Blitz especially, and for chess in general, especially at the lower levels, or beginners, as long as you keep the game going and you keep fighting, keep it alive, There's always going to be chances. There's chances anywhere. So as you can see, he's getting hasty. He's feeling the pressure. He's feeling frustrated. They can't break through. He goes queen g4, and immediately I seize the advantage. E5, e4, and obviously if you take, I take, and now I'm attacking three pieces all at once. I'm going to be winning some material back. And when he goes rook e3, trying to pin me, now I go queen c5, and um, after takes, I take this, and then I take this. And you don't really want to take, um, because I guess I just maybe I have bishop g5. Because if bishop g5, he goes rook e2, I can take. And take, I have back rank mate. So bishop g5 was probably what he didn't like. But he has so many pawns, he should be able to hold somehow. Maybe like h3, I don't know. Looks a bit weird. Yeah, you should just make some left. And then here, maybe I take, you take. Okay, you have three pawns. Maybe I can try to trick him, but I'm also have a time advantage. So we go to the endgame. I protect my pawn. I go up. I take the pawn. I'm slowly, in chess, it's especially in blitz. It's a lot based on momentum. If you have momentum, your opponents can get emotional, and so I start activating my pieces. I put some pressure. I take this, bringing the knight in, and again putting pressure on the clock. And he blunders, and I play bishop d4, picking in the rook. So um, uh, I'm right now, as I've shown, the number three blitzplayerchess.com 3202. This game, I believe. Um, there's another game. Let me show the last game that I got. Yes, this game. The end of the game. Um, so if you look at the position around here, I was doing well, everything was fine, but suddenly I'm getting outplayed. And I have 50 seconds to 16 seconds, and I'm just completely crushed. Like he's got all this activity, but I just want to show this king walk. So first of all, I say, okay, let's go. He goes here. I'm running my king. Let's go, baby. I put my queen and I just run my king. Let's run my king. Like I just want to put him in difficult situations, make him think, make him contemplate what to do. I run the king up, run the again I'm running. He checks. I'm bobbing and weaving. I'm avoiding. Blah blah blah. He gives a check. Suddenly I take the pawn, and it's almost equal. I'm surviving. One mistake, I take the piece. He thinks it's mate. My king is perfectly safe and happy. This was the game that got me 3200. So thank you guys for watching this video. Like, subscribe, comment. Really appreciate all the support. I'm going to be consistently trying to upload on YouTube every single day. Stay tuned for vlogs, training updates. I'm going to be documenting this entire journey. So I hope me reaching number 3 on chess.com is a sign for you guys that I have a bright future and that I'm not going to stop, and that despite my poor tournament now, there's a lot of potential unleashed with a lot of hard work, commitment, and sacrifice. So stay tuned for future videos. And let me know if you like me analyzing my Blitz games. This is the type of thing I'm going to do while I'm, maybe not playing a classical tournament. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day, everyone.